Hi, welcome back to Chow with Chow. I'm Katie, and today we're going to taste and recreate San Francisco garlic noodles from Perilla.
On this series, I'll be tasting delicious foods and trying to recreate them at home. Join me as I learn new things and find out what it takes to make amazing food.
Garlic noodles are a Vietnamese-American noodle dish invented here in San Francisco back in the 1970s by a restaurant called Tan Long. But today we're outside of Perilla, which in my opinion have perfected the garlic noodle. I actually stumbled upon this restaurant on accident when I was exploring SF by myself before Vincent and I moved here. And after a long day of touristy exploring, their garlic noodles changed my life. Today we're going to order my absolute favorite, garlic noodles with crispy 5-spice chicken. Smells so garlicky, but not like too strong. And before I dig in, I want to just share some observations I have. Okay, so I noticed that the garlics are not browned, kind of like melt in your mouth. So the garlic has been cooked in something. These noodles look like they've been pan fried, and they look like those eggy noodles that you can buy from the grocery store. So maybe I'll try to find those. Okay, let me get a big bite. I can't even focus. It is so good. Every bite I take is like the best bite in the whole world. So there's definitely butter, like slightly sweet on the tongue. The garlic flavor is not overpowering, like a little salty, a little creamy. The noodles are pretty dry. There's no like sauce on the outside. So whatever it's coated with, it's kind of melted and absorbed into the noodle. But there's like some secret flavor in there that I'm going to try to figure out. And look at this chicken, just so tender and with that crispy skin. It's got kind of like a soy glaze on there. Maybe I could try making this in the future too. The flavor's really light and it's not very greasy. So even if they are using a ton of butter, it doesn't taste like it. If you are ever in the Bay Area though, definitely gotta check out garlic noodles. So good. As I'm recreating Perilla's garlic noodles today, I want to really remember how garlicky they were, but still really nice and light in flavor. So I'm starting off with some egg noodles. I got these from my grocery store and they're yellow and kind of square, just like the noodles at Perilla. And I'm just gonna cut this packaging open and let it kind of loosen up a little in some hot water. Let me give it a taste. I think it's cooked already because it looks like it's cooked. Yeah, the texture's fine. Let's put it in a colander so it can drain. Oh, chopstick skills! We'll let this cool off to the side and let's make our sauce. Okay, my pan is warming up and I'm going to toss in a good amount of butter. Whoop! I trust this recipe that I'm using because in their blog post, they talked about how Perilla has the best garlic noodles in the Bay Area. And I agree, so I'm hoping this person's recipe will work for us. I also watched another recipe who recommended adding in some oil as well with the butter, so then when the noodles get to room temperature, they won't thicken and stiffen because it's not all butter in the sauce. I chopped up a ton of garlic earlier and the recipe calls for 1/4 cup. If you remember when we were eating at Perilla, our garlic was not browned at all. So we wanna make sure this is on super low heat. I mean, how could this go wrong? And if you're interested in making this at home, I'm going to link the recipe in the description below. And I think that the longer we let this garlic hang out in this warm butter sauce, the less spicy that garlic will be, but also it'll infuse that garlic flavor right into our butter. It's giving off a really subtle, sweet garlic smell. I want to add in some oyster sauce, give that umami flavor. Also adding a little bit of sugar for some sweetness, a little pinch of salt, and a little dash of white pepper. Oh, that's really good. Garlicky. All right, and now it's like bubbling away, so we're going to toss in our noodles and give them a little coating. All right, in the pot. So once they've got coated, I'm gonna just let them hang out here. I'm noticing that my garlic is starting to get a little brown down here underneath the noodles, so I think it's ready to stop. Oh yeah, crispy garlic noodles. Look at that. Y'all, whoa, it smells so good. It's very glistening, and I'm wondering if that was like too much butter? I don't know. But just like at Perilla, we're going to finish this up with a little sprinkle of freshly chopped parsley. First of all, I think it looks pretty similar. The noodles look really shiny. Obviously the parsley drizzle on top looks nice, little sprinkle, I mean. So overall, 10 out of 10 by looks. Let's give it a taste. It's good, but I have to say it doesn't even compare at all to the magic of Perilla's garlic noodles. Like when I first take a bite of it, like I have that nice garlic flavor. It's super subtle. I feel like I could have amped up the garlic way more. And it's not as sweet or as savory as Perilla's. I feel like the flavor is a little bland. The texture of the noodles also isn't quite as soft as Perilla's. And I thought like I had boiled them and stir-fried them. So here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna take all the noodles that I've just made, we'll pop it back in the pan and kind of amp it up a little bit more with some more flavors. I just checked out another recipe. So I'm getting in my pan, I'm gonna add some fish sauce this time. Let's see if it adds a little bit more flavor. Some soy sauce and some parmesan. And I've got some more garlic, so why not just add it in? Now that that's warmed up together, I'm gonna pour my noodles back in and let's see if the flavor is more what we're looking for. But I think the fish sauce might have been what was missing there. I'm not quite sure what the Parmesan's doing in here yet, but I think as it gets a little hotter and melts down, we might see a little bit of more of a sticky, cheesy texture. Y'all, I think I got it. So earlier, it was a little too salty, so then I added some more of these old noodles and drizzled some of that butter in there, and I think that's what did it. All right, trial number 2. Once again with that parsley finish. Bam, like Emerald says. So looking at these noodles now, you can see they're a lot darker in color than they were before, and that's called Flavor Town right there, that color. So much softer as well. I already know I like this because I ate like half of the plate of noodles while it was still in the pan, but let me just take another bite. Buttery, but not like super buttery. Garlicky, but not super garlicky. It's pretty subtle. I could still go for some more garlic if I were to make this a third time, but flavor-wise, so much better. Like it's got that saltiness and that sweetness right when it hits you in the mouth, just like Perilla's noodles. Overall, I would probably make this again for side dishes at home. It was pretty simple, it was delicious. Heck a ton of butter though, but no matter what, Perilla still has a place in my heart. But I love this experience hanging out with y'all, eating new food, and then trying to recreate it at home. I hope y'all did too, and let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching Chow with Chow. We'll see you next time.